surprised at first because it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Wasn't that just beautiful? Some things give me just like oh my god. I just had a root beer. No, I can't remember right now which podcast episode it was because I am 3 months behind. Good luck tracking this information down. I am of course referring to the Broski Report. Brittany talked about like fun journal entry things to like just, you know, get the ball rolling. But they were like deep and interesting, and every time that she would say her answer to one of them, I was like, ooh, my answer, I would think it's like this. I was having fun. I want to do journal entries. I'm just gonna look up good journal prompts. I hate to do it, but Reddit. Well, it's on r/journaling because that exists. Literally everything exists on Reddit, guys. This is insane. Consider and reflect on what might be your favorite failure. Reflecting. This is how, because don't watch Jimmy Fallon, but I remember as a kid we loved watching his thank you notes, and he'd go, and like dramatic music would start playing. That's what I'm doing right now. I wanted Life in the Forest, my book series, if you will, to be released while I was in high school. I thought that would be a marketing poll. Say, I'm a high schooler with a trilogy. At the time it was a trilogy. Can you believe it? And I really wanted it to be done then. Then I realized it's not that impressive for a high schooler to be an author because there's other high school authors, so like why would that? Doesn't matter. But I'm actually really glad that I didn't release it then because it would have been bad. I didn't write that. It would have been bad. It's 4 books now, and that is so much better for it. Characters are better. Most things are better because I gave it time, and I'm still giving it time. And you know what? I'd rather release it without any regrets instead of release it because I want it done. I did not think about the consequences of that action. 2 unrelated objects near you and think of a clever way of how they might be used together. Not really a journal prompt. Okay, what do we have? I just thought of something that's like not that good. We have Knuckles because I'm literally him. Twins, okay? You know what? It's a scarf. Does that kind of work? And you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to be like, where's my headphones? How did you bond with one of the best friends you've ever had? I don't know. I don't know how I've ever made friends or like how it started. I'm just like, well, they're my friend now. I was at community college, as you do. Of course, I wanted to take a directing class. Turned out to be my favorite class. I'm really glad I took it. I love directing. But it had prerequisites, so I had to take acting, which is fine. I've acted before, but not in a college like setting. It's only been in like high school. Not even in high school. No, that was grade school. Right. No, you're so right. That was grade school. Okay. So I go into this acting class, and of course you have to be comfortable with everybody right away because you have to do stupid stuff like walk around the stage like a chicken, and it's just kind of like you cannot have a shell up because you're being ridiculous in front of people. Makes that easy for me to be outgoing. I'm not usually outgoing. Eventually, I was talking to one singular person in the class. And then eventually me and my friend talked to somebody and their friend, and we were like, hey, this is great. We eventually made a group chat dedicated to I don't want to say hating on, because, I mean, what a dick this person was. We had every right to just like point and laugh at him. But that's what we did. We collectively couldn't believe the audacity of this individual. And one, the audacity, two, the lack of wanting to do anything, and three, the lack of skill. Literally, why are you in this class if you don't want to be here? Who forced you to do this? Why do you hate everybody here? We didn't do anything to you at this point in time. Why are you cursing out the teacher? Literally, what's your problem? And now we're best friends. Can you stand up? Top heavy. Okay, same. Not true. If you could eliminate any one disease or illness from the world, what would you choose and why? They didn't crack? That's okay. I don't think I even have to say it. I think if anyone did this journal prompt and didn't choose the disease that's on my mind, they might be a little insane. Because why? I might get crazy. Why is there a disease that no matter how you live your life, you could just like get it? Doesn't matter what you've done, can just happen. Children, elderly, doesn't matter your age, completely healthy one day, the next. That's ridiculous. My speaker just turned off. Yeah, we're talking about the big ol' C word, because like, what do you mean? Are you insane? Imagine that you have arrived at a closed door. What does it look like and what's on the other side? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to do the whole pen thing for this one. We're going to imagine a closed door. The like really basic white doors with like the panels. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like there's rectangles. There's like smaller rectangles up top, longer rectangles on the bottom. And completely white door. Has like a circular handle. Maybe silver. I think I'm seeing silver here. And it's flashing between floating in a like a field. It's both images are sunny, but one is like a field. Maybe it's wheat. They're wheat fields. Maybe it's wheat field, or it's just really tall grass, but it's like floating right above the surface. And another one, it is just in like, it's in the blue sky. Maybe they lead to each other. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the doors do lead to each other. Maybe this is about life and death. Okay? Because why would I see one door on the ground and one door in the sky? What does it look like and what's on the other side? On the other side, I don't think that's for any of us to know. Guys, I just cooked. That's called cooking. You just watched a chef at work. React to the following quote from, don't know how to say this name, Anais Nin. I wish they said like who they were or where they're from, and maybe I'd be able to like, oh, there's whatever, this region of, I'm not that smart. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. Yeah, that makes sense. And I know that I'm a film major, whatever, but I think if we think about it in the way of like, you go to a theater, okay, you watch a movie, you cry in the theater, you are irrevocably changed as you leave, as you exit the premises, and you're like, wow, that told me so much about myself and how I'm doing this and blah blah blah. And you turn to your friend and they're like, I didn't get that at all. You know, my theater going experience for The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, bear with, okay, we're not, okay. I don't remember exactly like what was going on with me that December. I just remember I was not having a great time. I don't remember why. Just like my brain, I wasn't doing too hot, just for some reason. I don't know. And I completely and utterly thought the end of this movie meant the end of Star Wars. I don't know why, But every single time they said something, it didn't matter how corny or cheesy or like stupid it was about like the good fighting the bad. Anytime they made any reference to it, I sobbed. I sobbed. Okay? I sobbed like a child because I was like, me. The good guys are like the good parts of your brain that are like healthy and love you, and the bad guys, Palpatine, is depression. Like, I was crying. I couldn't breathe. I left the theater unable to breathe because the whole thing for me was this analogy of finding like the light parts of your thought process of your brain and destroying the dark. The Rise of Skywalker. All of this to say, you know, there are people who watched that movie and walked out of the theater, you know? And I sat there like, we don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. I projected myself completely onto that movie. Completely. Back to the following quote from We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. Do you think it is better to fail at something worthwhile or to succeed at something meaningless? Succeeding feels good, but if it's meaningless, what's the point? If we are not just living our lives, grabbing the most worthwhile things that we find important to ourselves and doing them, what are we living for? If that is not the entire point of life, to make it worthwhile, then we are not living. Period. Done. Okay. Next. The world would be a lot better if we treated the world like France did during their revolution, and we were like, hey, you're too rich, stop. But write a letter to your own body thanking it for something amazing it has done. Everything to everybody. It is like amazing, and I think about this a lot, how rare and beautiful it is to even exist. That's Sleeping at Last lyric, Saturn, whatever, we get it. But sometimes I like sit and think with that, where it's like all of the little pieces that have come together that means that you exist. I find it as great inspiration to keep going at all times. 'Cause like, let's get into it. Our universe, like the universe itself, had to be in the perfect conditions for the earth to be made. And the earth is in the most perfect condition to have human life. We're destroying it. That's a topic for another day. Although we should probably stop kicking that day down the road because we're all gonna die, whatever. We're not gonna get into it. Astronomical level. Us existing is perfect. The mother's egg actually chooses the sperm. Are you insane? That's crazy. How perfect like that mix has to be to create you. And then the way your body grows is such of like, and like think about like, you know, the miracle of childbirth, whatever. Yeah. Do you know how many things have to be perfect for that to go correctly? And it's like, of course, yes, we have modern medicine, a lot of things like that needs to go completely right. And they all went right for you to be here. And the fact that you've kept growing, like, think like your body did that every single day. There's so much stuff. Like, you don't have to think about your heart beating and your lungs moving and your blood circulating through your body. It just does it. There's so much, oh my God. Like, guys, there's so much stuff that our body does every single day that we couldn't even, like, fathom. Like, if we thought about every individual thing that our body is doing at all times, if I want to thank my body for anything, it's for doing the damn thing, okay? Like, I'm 21. That's crazy. The Big Bang happened. The asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs. My parents met. I was picked. I was born. And I've grown for 21 years. That's insane. Not yet have we 100% confirmed that we found that this happens anywhere else in the universe. Not for sure. We have places where we're like, hey, it could happen, but we don't know that it is anywhere else. In an never-ending, expanding universe, like, are you insane? Life is so perfect in the fact that all of the variables need to be completely in line for it to work. And we get life. Sorry, I'm just saying. Really, like, we are made of stardust. Are you insane? You're gonna do nothing with your stardust? You're gonna sit there? Go! Do something. Thank you guys so much for coming to my journal night. This was kind of fun, and sometimes I like to yap and get existential, and I think this was perfect. So, if you have any journal prompts, put it in the comments, and I'd love to do a deep dive. Feel free to say any of your own answers. I think this is so fun. Okay, journal entry number 1.